Hi, angels. Welcome. So, thoughts become things, and that's what I want to talk about today. This is based on Dr. Bruce Lipton's Biology of Belief. And the things that we think, the words that we say to ourselves, can become manifested in our lives as of things and situations. And that's what I want to talk to you about. So, a couple of days ago, my guidance said to me, write it as you would like to see it. So I was on Facebook and I was posting something, and then I realized that that's what they meant, that I can write whatever I want, and in my mind, it will be correct. And I can write it often enough to make it come into being, like make it really happen. So, for example, a couple of months ago, back in September, some very good friends of mine that are teachers were asked to do something that they didn't want to do, and they didn't want to lose their jobs. And we never would have guessed that a couple of months later, they're no longer at risk of losing their jobs because of a shift in consciousness and a shift of the way things are going. And this shift will continue. And one of the ways that we can do that is with our belief system. The words that we say to ourselves, to other people, like, that's insane, or like, don't say things like that. Instead say, it's changing, it's evolving. I feel a transition coming. It's a matter of hope. It really boils down to that. Don't take away your own hope or the hope of anybody else because of what you believe reality is at this time. Things can change, and there's no reason not to hope. This recent example of not needing to get into their body, these friends of mine that are teachers, they don't have to worry about that anymore. And this is something I see going to really continue to increase. It is already increasing, and this is a matter of how we speak to ourselves and how we speak to others. The thoughts that we think, the words that we say to ourselves. Like in my last video, I mentioned that, over the summer when I was recovering from COVID, I kept thinking, what's the point? What's the point? And I was losing hope. And I think it's the same way that we need to handle this situation that we're in globally. There is a point. The point is transitioning and staying in hope as we do it, regardless of how things feel and look, or how panicked or crazy this might be looking. Those choice of words will make an enormous difference. If we stop saying things like that's crazy, or that's insane, or that's nuts, we stop saying that and replace it with, I'm transitioning to something better. There is so much to hope for. I'm looking forward to the future. Things are improving. They might be slow, but they are improving. And more light is coming onto the earth. And as that happens, as there is more light on the earth, there is more reason to hope. It's just simple math. As there's more light on the earth, it cancels and outshines the darkness. When you outshine the darkness and you replace your thoughts with from negative thoughts to positive thoughts, you are replacing your hopelessness with hope. And when you have hope, you have everything, because without it, you really have nothing. So you must remember that things can change. Things will change. They are changing already. It's already happening. the times of confusion and concern are still with us. But that doesn't mean we have to stay in there all day long. We can be aware of it. We can be cognizant of what's happening, but we can easily and effortlessly replace our negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And with, where do you want to go? What do you want to see happening? What is the best outcome for everyone involved? And that puts more hope on the planet. And that's because of our mindset and because there's more light on the earth. And I believe that when you step into your full value of light, that is when you will feel the shift in your life. And then we'll do this one life at a time. One life at a time, one light at a time. One light worker at a time, one mystic and shaman at a time. All of the things that we want to see happen are dependent upon our mindset. And that's one of the reasons that the darkness is being all squirrely with our mindset, and how we can kind of lose it, quote unquote. We can lose it because things can seem overwhelming. But when we replace that mindset with a conscious decision to think in a more positive, hopeful way, not because we're whitewashing or sugarcoating it, but because that is our ultimate outcome. What would you like to see really happen? If you are alone for the holidays, for example, how can you turn that thought around to something more positive, something less victim? You know, when you say, oh, I'm alone for the holidays, and it's horrible to be alone for the holidays. This is a tough time. But okay, even tough time, like there's where I need to correct myself right there. You have to think about the way that you're going to choose it. Like, do I want this to be a tough time? No. Do I want to feel like a victim during the holiday season? No. My goal is not to feel like a victim. My goal is to feel included, inclusive, happy, optimistic, joyful. So, excuse me, throat. Speak what you want to be happening in your life. Speak as if it is already happening, and speak what you want it to be. Again, back to that. I'm alone for the holidays. These are tough times. These are great times. Your mind believes everything you think, everything you say. So why not go for broke here? Go for all of it. Go for it and say what you would like for it to be. Things are great. They've never been better. This doesn't mean that you're lying to yourself. It means you're uplifting yourself. And in the process, you're inspiring yourself. And you may just see some magic happen. You may see this actually manifest in your life. That being included with family and friends and loved ones and presents and, invited to family dinners or dinners with your neighbors or whatever it is, that these things can actually happen because of the mindset and the words that you're speaking to yourself. Anything is possible if we put our minds to it. This has been one of the biggest lessons that I learned from having COVID in 2021, that this is a mind thing. Yes, it was in my lungs. Yes, I had pneumonia. It was horrible. I don't want anybody else to have it. It was tough. It was hard to breathe. There were many scary situations. However, what I ultimately really learned from having COVID was that it is all in my mind. What I say to myself, what I think, that's what saved my life. That's what got me through this. Not antibiotics and steroids and breathing treatments for pneumonia, although those were incredibly helpful. But what really counted when I was at my absolute worst was the things that I said to myself. Don't quit on me. You didn't come this far just to come this far. Everything always works out for you. Everything always works out for me. I love you. I've got your back. You're going to get through this. You've done tougher things than this. You can get through this. Don't give up on me. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Keep going. Don't quit now. Don't you dare quit now. That is what got me through COVID. And that's what can get all of us through this science fiction movie that we are trapped in. Trapped. Not a good choice. The science fiction movie, I'm sorry, that's just what I call it. The science fiction movie that I believe that I am participating in on some level. Watch your words. Be careful with the words that you choose. I am recovering from a cold, so I still have the cough, the throat thing. I was just talking to a very good friend of mine, and she has the same thing. And the last thing to go is this throat thing, you know? And we want this to get better. So actually, there's one of the people I was talking to about this. My guidance has been very clear. Write what you want to happen, and it will happen. Say what you want to happen, and it will happen. It may not happen overnight or in 6 months or a year. It might take 10 years. Who knows? But it might take 10 minutes. It might take 10 seconds. You can change your life with the things that you focus on, the things you say, you repeat, the words that you choose. It's very important because your mind believes every single thing that you say to it. Everything. It doesn't know the difference. Ask Dr. Bruce Lipton, The Biology of Belief. Our words are powerful. So I am choosing most of the time to focus on what's good, what's working. Again, it gets back to the gratitude list. Do your gratitude list. Ask for, pray, meditate for the things that you want and for the things that you're happy to have in your life. What's going right in your life? Where are you showing up for yourself? Because this, at the end of the day, again, it goes back to being heart-centered. I'm hearing that too. At the end of the day, what really matters is the love that you have for yourself and for other people. That will make you a bright, shiny person right there. That will give you hope and happiness right there. That will give you the joy and the purpose to keep going and keep going. Hang in there. And things are getting better. They are getting better. That's how I got through COVID. I'm going to probably keep referring to this. I got through COVID by telling myself I'm going to keep going. I did not come this far just to come this far. Not quitting now. Not quitting now. Screw that. Not quitting now. You did not come here just to come this far. There is hope for you. So handwrite it, type it, whatever. Everything that you want to see happen in your life that you want to happen for the good, write that down. Type it down. Think it. Be it. Imagine it. Focus on it. Visualize it. Meditate on it. That's what's going to get us through. I almost said some difficult times. That's what will get us through as we're transitioning out of one level of consciousness into another. The other thing I want to mention real quickly, I'll probably do another video about this anyway, is our sovereignty, our freedom has never been more important. You must allow everyone to think as they choose to think and do what you believe is in your best and highest good. And pray and send that energy to everyone on the planet. That every person does what is in their best and highest good. No discrimination, no divisiveness, no, heavy language. The time for divisiveness is over. What's happening on the planet is not about what we think it's about. It's really about stepping into our true sovereignty, our true freedom. Because as we become more empowered, and as we love ourselves and open our heart chakra and step into who we really are, that's what we ultimately came to Earth for. That's what we really came here to learn. It's not the crazy times that we're in or the challenging, difficult, whatever word we want to use for that. It's so that we can learn who we are. If you think you're being tortured or this is too much to handle, let's change that around to how could you say that in a way that is not a victim, that is in your best and highest good. Everything that's happening is in my best and highest good. I am learning so much about myself and humanity. I'm learning so much about other people. I'm learning how to stand up for myself, put my money where my mouth is, and stand up and be heard and seen. To come out of hiding and to shine your light. To be a light for other people, to uplift and inspire other people. No matter who they are or what side of the aisle they're on, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. What matters is the love that you show them, the love that you show yourself, and the way that you show up for your highest good, your best good, manifesting your best life through the words that you speak, the things that you think and say and do. It becomes an action. It is time to outshine the darkness. You can do this by making the choice to step forward and do the best and highest good for you and everyone on the planet. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.